Actually, she's got a very powerful story, and I know many of you guys will be able to relate to this. This lady, when she joined World Ventures in 2014, originally from Romania, was actually not in the best place at the time. She was a beauty specialist, had just moved back to Romania, but she'd been spending a lot of time over in Italy at the time. And she had a big vision, but she didn't have the right vehicle to help her to create that vision. And what happened is that this lady borrowed the money to join World Ventures. She had to borrow the money. She just moved back to Romania, so she didn't have a big circle of friends. Now, she had all the reasons why this couldn't work for her. But they say that, you know, obstacles are only there to design to test you to see how bad you want it. First 3 months, she was paying her monthly fees. Next 3 months, she hit marketing director. I'm telling you, this lady has got such an amazing story. Now her team is 2,000 people. Literally 1 year after she hit marketing director, she got the $100,000 lifetime earners. I know she's pushing hard for RMD right now. She's someone that I respect a lot, but I'll tell you one of the things that I really love about this lady. I remember when I first met her, you know, and everybody told me her name, and she's a very beautiful lady, very beautiful on the outside, but very beautiful on the inside as well. And I met this beautiful lady. We didn't really get to have a conversation at the beginning, but I could tell she had class. What was really amazing is that last year, I believe it was last year in January, we were in Romania. And every time I'd go to Romania, I would see this lady grow and grow and grow. And when I was at the MAC team training, literally, I believe it was almost 2 years ago now, January in Romania, I saw her train for the first time. And she was unrecognizable. Like I was watching her and I could not believe the amazing transformation that this lady has had. So guys, I know I can't hear you clap, but if you can, clap for Marketing Director, Corina Trievi. So let's see, Corina, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everybody.
Okay, give me 1 second. For some reason, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
You need to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
1 second. Okay, try talking now.
Can you hear me?
Ah, perfect. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Over to you.
Thank you for this beautiful introduction. And with who I'm speaking with, which countries are here? We have people from Australia, from UK, Belgium. Amazing. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy. London. I've been in all these places. At least Australia is my next trip. I'm looking forward to be there. Lithuania, New Zealand, wow, Ukraine. Nice to meet you, everybody. I'm so happy. I'm so glad to be here. Efrosini, when I met you for the first time, I saw one of the most strongest women I've ever seen before. So you gave me power, you gave me strongness. You came to our Super Saturday back in Romania, and I'm so happy I met you. Your heart, your power, your desire, and your determination, because like this, you give us all the tools to be exactly like you. So the duplication was good. Or like Eric Grisbowski says, we clone ourselves. Let's don't say any more duplication. So I'm so happy that you respond on this call and you are here, because you have a powerful lady that gives all she has for us, because whatever we are doing in World Ventures, we are doing for us, for all together. And like this, I started also almost 4 years ago, and I remember perfectly 22 October 2014 is because, yes, I born the second time. Imagine one girl with no experience, no future desire, or I was a little bit lost. I was living in Italy after my mother died. I was born in Brașov. It's a little city near Bucharest, the capital of Romania. And after my mother died of cancer, I suffered a lot, but I was grateful because at least she was in my life. And at least she made a beautiful girl that she was beautiful and capable to take her life in her hands. Just that I didn't know how to do it and how to pass to the next level. So I moved in Italy where my sister lived. I have just one sister with 4 years more older. And I moved in Italy because I felt more closer to my family to stay with her. So I stayed there 2 years where I built my business in a makeup artist. I was employed. I was working on a beauty salon as a makeup artist, and I've done this for 5 years, 3 years before and 2 years in Italy also. I loved what I do. I loved because I love beauty and I love to put beauty on faces every day. Just that I felt a little bit stuck in what I was doing. I felt a little bit alone. I felt that I didn't met myself. Why? Because in the moment when you know you have something more to offer for this world, but for some reason your life brought you in a point where you don't know where to go, left or right. And I never judge anybody for how I choose to live. I knew I have to start with my change, so everything will change around me. Just that I didn't know how to do it. And God blessed me with my beautiful sister that she taught me everything. And when I was in Italy, she saw me a little bit struggle with everything. I wasn't accomplished with the life that I had. I wasn't happy in the relationship that I had. I wasn't happy at all. And I realized I didn't love myself very much. And as women knows, you really have to love yourself. But the same, I didn't know how to do it. I knew, but I didn't know how to change everything that I knew. So she offered me as a gift a book. And that book really didn't touch me when she gave me the book, because it wasn't my time. As for many of us, we meet World Ventures, we start World Ventures, but at least World Ventures is not entering in you. You cannot feel exactly how it feels because it's not your time. And wasn't my time for that book in that period. But in the moment when I took the decision to change my life was in the moment when I was brought in America by my ex-boyfriend. And in the moment when I was there, I was forced to come back home because I didn't have money to remain and I didn't have money to stay with my best friend, which I went to see her in America. So in the moment when somebody told me you have to go now because you don't have money, you don't have anything to stay, then I felt that this is my time to switch and to change it and never make compromise with any relationship, with any jobs and with anything to tell me what should I or why should I do it, should or shouldn't do. So sorry for my English, I'm sure you will understand because I'm speaking with all my heart. And in the moment when I saw my friend on the airport, I looked into her eyes and I told her, Flavia, I'm going back home. I will come back from Italy and Romania. I will build my life with my own hands. And I promise you, I will come back to see you and I will stay one day with you and nobody can tell me what should or shouldn't do. So I come back in Italy. I took all my things that I remained, not many things, and I came back in Romania. I came back on 28 years old, living back with my father. I was living and I was living every day from his pension, so no money, nothing. And in the moment when I opened my luggages and I found the book that my sister recommended to me, and that was my time I start reading it. I know many of you heard about The Secret and about the power, the law of attraction and other things. I heard it also, but now I feel it. Now I'm living it. Now I really will give you all the tools how you can achieve how I and what I achieve. So guys, in the moment when I saw myself with anything, the only thing that I felt was gratitude, was freedom, and was the beauty of being me. I reinvented Corina, I refound myself. And the book is called The Magic. It's written by Rhonda Brain that wrote The Secret, but the book is The Magic. Every time I recommend this book, I realize that all the time we recommend things that nobody pays us for. But because karma exists, I know with all the books that everybody bought, universe repays me hundreds and hundreds times more. And I will explain you what you have to do with this book and how I hit World Ventures marketing director in 3 months without nothing, from zero to hero. So when I first took this book, I felt it with my heart. I felt this the moment when this came into my life with a purpose. And I wanted to grab this thing and I will never let it down. Why? Because I realized I lost my mother, I lost myself, I lost my friends, I lost everything from material to personal things because I wasn't grateful in my life. And if you feel yourself today in a moment when you feel that everything that is around you is because you deserve it, I think first you have to earn it and you have to be grateful for it. And I was happy. I realized I have to live in the moment, in the present, now. Everything is now. Every fear that I have was because I was imagining something that could be, that can be, or I was fearless. I had fear because I was imagining something that was, but not because I was living in the present. If you put your anchors all in the present, you don't have fear because you realize that the life is so beautiful. So I took this book and I was aware of the table where I was eating, of the coffee, who built the coffee, who put the coffee in the supermarket. The pension of my father was the greatest gift that I had those days. I was grateful because I could say thank you for my heart that is beating over 28 years and I never said thank you, and she never asked for anything in turn. I was grateful because I was me with the mind that I had, with the beauty inside, outside, and I was ready to put everything in order to build it on the highest level I ever could, with greatness, with gratefulness, with happiness, and with a lot of love. So what I did, I started doing the book. If you are, I challenge you to take this book. I challenge you to make 28 days to reinvent yourself, to rediscover yourself. And this book is not something to read all the book. You have to read day one, and it's something that you have to do, is like a task you have to do during the day one. The second day in the morning, you read day two, and then you do whatever ask the book to tell you to do in day two. Then you read day three. You have to do 28 consecutive for 28 days. And in the moment when you finish the book, you will understand who you are, why you are where you are, what you have to change, and what God put you in. Because whatever universe, God, or whatever other things you are believing in, they give you because once you can do it, the second, nothing appears into your life if you are not able to do it. So you will do it. And the third is because you have to learn something from it. And maybe it's not for you, maybe it's for somebody. So be able to do this challenge. If in these 28 days something will happen and will struggle you to pass one day, just don't go in that hole. Just remain positive, strong, and do whatever the books tell you so. And just will function just if you believe in the magic. If you don't believe in magic, we cannot have a magical life. I was believing in magic and everything that will appear into my life and everything will change, because I was so powerful and I believe so much that from nothing I can have everything, because I knew I can do it. So now I give you the first 3 rules in everything you want to build in life. First, you have to trust yourself. If you don't trust yourself enough, nobody will trust you. Nobody will follow you. Nobody will want to be like you, because you have to trust yourself first. You have to believe that you can do it. Then you have to, the emotion that will create in turn of your beliefs, then will be the thoughts, positive thoughts, and then your actions will be positive because your belief was tough and very strong. The second belief you have to have is you have to believe in the company of network marketing, of world ventures, of travel. If you don't believe in the trips we have, if you don't believe in the compensation plan, if you don't believe in anything in turn, world ventures will not love you as you don't love them. So you have to love the company. You have to trust the company as much as I trusted. Was 10 trips in all the Europe when I saw World Ventures. Was nothing before. Was two-person from Romania that was traveling, that was Jeta and Răzvan. Nobody that I knew before was traveling in Romania or make I don't know how many money. But I trust World Ventures from the beginning. And the third thing that I tell you, the third belief, you have to believe in every person you are going to meet. If you put a list of hundreds of people, but every time you take somebody from the list, you prejudge them. You say, okay, I put him on the list, but he doesn't have money. He doesn't have a lot of friends, and a lot of noisy in your head. Nobody will create you a way that will lead you to success, because you already give them the possibility that they cannot join. And people feel we are vibration. We are 99% of ourselves. They are vibration, they are emotions, and we are offering, and we have in turn exactly what we are today. So at least I realize I have to change something, because whatever I had on my vibration, I had it wrong, because I wasn't what I wanted to be. And in this book, on one passage was said, now be grateful and happy for a phone call that you will receive. And I was jumping all around in the house, and I was so happy from this phone call that I will receive. And I received a phone call, and was Mr. Cezar Surdulescu, that I'm very grateful. I met him. I will always respect him as a leader, as a friend, as whatever he did, because he put on his list and he believed in me more than I believe in myself. A person with no money, with no experience, and with no friends, because when I was in Italy, I lost all my connections. And he took the time to put me on the list, and he called me. And this book made me receive this call. And I was so happy, I was so grateful. I didn't know anything, and I said, yes, where I have to sign. You know, Corina, but you need money. Okay, I don't have money. That was my first struggle from the book. Then I continue the book. I was feeling grateful, I was feeling happy all day long. And then another thing in the book, it says, okay, be happy for a person you will meet, or something like this was in the book. And I didn't have money to enroll, but I wanted so much. So I created, I didn't say I don't have, how I can have it, what I can do to have it. It's not that you don't have, it's how. If you put the right questions on the universe, doors will be open. Everything depends on you. So I will start asking questions, what I have to do, how I have to do it. Please give me something. I'm grateful, I'm happy, I have it, it's here. So I was very powerful, I was very happy. I start loving myself, and I start meet a lot of people to ask for money, not to present them World Ventures, because I wasn't enrolled, but just for ask them for money. So in the moment when I asked one friend of mine to meet me on the cafeteria, he came with another friend of his, and he told me, you know, Corina, I have a lot of debits, I don't have money, left or right, but I was saying all my story, what happened in Italy, how I was felt alone like this and that. And then the other friend of his that I didn't know, I never saw him in my life, he said, you know, how much money do you need? If somebody will not help you when you need it, when you'll have success. So the universe give me $360, and I called right back Cezar, his national marketing director, almost IMD, one of the best trainers we have in Romania, one of the people that brought many people in Romania. So Mr. Cezar, I called him and I told him, I have the money, I want to enroll. I was living in Brașov, 200 kilometers from Bucharest. So I came in Bucharest. I stayed in Cezar's house a little bit. Then I was on one friend of mine. I had also a little dog. I didn't know exactly what to do and what to do it. I was so afraid at the beginning. I said, okay, I will put this money, but what if, what should I do? How we should do it? Nobody, you have a system right now. You have persons like amazing Efrosine and other leaders. I see Eric here. You have a lot of people all around you that it's a system. It's something already created. Back then, everybody did what they thought. No, a lot of trainings, not a lot of things. Guys, you are so lucky. If we did it as we did it, you will do it as we did it and much more bigger. Our dream is you go faster and bigger and after us. So long story short story, how do you say, I borrowed the money. I moved over 10 times in Bucharest. I was switching apartments, people from travel party that I never met before. They saw me how much I want World Ventures, how much I was involved, and they give me the keys from their house to live there. I was living in the estate with cats. I stayed in a lot of places, different places. I didn't have money. I was building every day to have something. I called everybody that I could. My sister said no. My friends said no. Everybody said no. Nobody believed in me. But I was so powerful. I get much more powerful because my dream is not their decision. My dream is my decision. And with my decision, I have to find the right person, the right mindset. And I was not searching for no's. I didn't get down because of one no, because my dream was bigger than their no. Their no was push me further to the best yeses. And guys, I don't know if I will scare you. If I will scare you, you are not a leader. If I will touch you, you are the person we are looking for. So I've made, I think, over 600, 700 presentations, and 6 people said yes. 6 people said yes from Facebook. I didn't know them. I never met them before. They trusted me because of my vibration. I got in touch with people on the same vibration as me. So what I did on the beginning, before I found these 6 people, what I did on my first 3 months, I didn't find apartment. I was not living there. I had also a dog because I had a dog. Nobody wanted to get me with my dog in their house. I was not leaving my dog anywhere. I was staying with the dog. I said, with or without my dog, I will stay in the street. So I was going left or right. I wanted to build it. I didn't know how. I didn't know with who, but I never lost my hope. It is said that a hoper, it's a beggar, but I was not begging. I was sure my time will come. So what I did is I knew I missed something. I don't know how to do it, how to build it. The only thing we received as an email was Call to Succeed, was a program made by Jefferson Santos from USA, the $1 million ring earner, amazing person. So I was listening on his emails, but was something that I needed to see on myself. And I heard after 3 months, on 7 December 2014, I heard that George Georgiou, that is International Marketing Director, he's our brilliant leader and trainer from MAC team. He's from Cyprus, and he said, Jetta called me, Corina, it's the next training, we will be like 100 people, come, you will be there. So I was on my first training, was like a super Saturday, and I was staying on the front row. I was staying with a hand like this, and I was looking on George, and George had the clicker in his hand, and he said, everybody is in this room right now. A lot of people are in this room right now, but just one of you that you are looking on me right now will be in some months with a clicker in their hand and will show his or her photos from their trips in my place and will be the next trainer and will be it. But for this, you need to have a powerful why. You have to have something that will not let you to sleep and will wake you up every morning with the powerful, and until you achieve it, you will not leave it down. So that was the moment when I felt it. I felt the second decision of my life, and I felt it. I was 0-0. I had just 1 enrollment. So I was 1 with 0. And then I said, okay, I doesn't care who I was speaking with, whatever. I was going in the street, I was going in bars. Hey, do you love traveling? Hey, was a photographer in the club, and I said, what do you love about your job? What do you love least about your job? Are you open to see new ideas? Doesn't matter if I know you, I didn't know you. My list gets bigger and bigger, and I got these trainings give you the power to believe all these three things that I told you in the beginning, gives you the power to realize that this is for you, and it's not something that you were just for a fact in that room. You were because your mission is to change your life and others people's lives through this concept. It's not something that is like this, it's a surprise in your life. No, it's for a reason. Go, I'm challenging you to find the reason why you found World Ventures. Either is we will build on your name, either we will cut your name and somebody else will do it with your friends. So decide that this is the moment, this is your time, it's your time, and you have to do it as I decided. And after that training, because I realized how important are that trainings, I've never missed one training, not international, not Super Saturday, not regional, and anything. And in 13 January 2015, which was from 7 December, almost 1 month, I hit senior. After I built it until 3 March, almost another month, I built director. And then I was on, of course, international trainings. I never missed one. I hugged Mark Cassetta. Was one of my dreams because Cesar was on his first training and I couldn't go on the View in November after I enrolled because I didn't have money. So all the time when he was on the training, Cesar called me to give me the news, and I was looking on Mark Cassetta on YouTube, and I was putting all my energy that I will hug him. First time I will see him, I will hug him, I will see him. So guys, I was recognized as director on my international training, and I hugged Mark Cassetta, of course. And everything that I did with a strong belief. And then on 3 March, on May, I hit marketing director. So in 3 months after I took the decision and I was attending to all the trainings, and of course I wasn't at the training just by myself, I realized I have to bring as many people as I want. We want to do travel woman, we want to do the presentation man, the training man. But the most important thing is the system is to save energy, time, and money. So take your person from the A and bring it to B and let somebody else to speak for. So I brought all my team. I was on my first training with 10 people, then I was with 20, then I was with 40, then I was with 200, with 300, and then I built marketing director. And of course, I went on my first dream trip because now I had money and everything. So I took my first dream trip. If somebody tells, but I have to travel to demonstrate to the people, I have to go to see, yes, of course, you have to use the product. It's something that helped me to build whatever I build, because I build trust, I build photos, and I showed them everybody something you have to show and you have to believe. But you can do it in the beginning if you are powerful enough. So I did it. I was on my first dream trip where in Las Vegas to see my friend, and Flavia told me, "Oh, but you were fast." And I said, "I thought you know me." So I spent a beautiful day with her. I was in Las Vegas, in Las Vegas. And of course, after came 65 trips, I was able to rent an apartment in Bucharest. And after a long time, I was building in. Of course, all my mistakes, I took it on my own. I didn't know compensation plan just after 1 year. I didn't know anything. The only thing that was matter is that I had people that was next to me, and I brought people to them, and they build it, and I earn while I learn, because this is the most important thing, to be open, to realize that this is for you, how you can do it to work, and of course to be grateful, to meditate, to believe, to go in trips, to go to trainings, and to create a community for your team. I am so involved, and I'm friend with all my team, and everybody loves me, and my dream is to see them on the stage. And the reason why I didn't do regional marketing director until now is because I have a team over 1,000 on the left side. And in the moment when I saw people that they are working, they are coming to trainings, they are dedicated, I prefer to stay with this kind of people, and I give everything I could to them. Then I switch to the other leg, and then I have 4 marketing directors in my team. I have 4 directors and over 30 seniors. So when I see this kind of human beings that they trusted me, they are with me. We are all leaders. We are all followers. We are all together, and that's why I respect them. And now it's time to find my third ace, which is me. I am the third ace. I have to build it until R&D, NMD, IMD, and I will never stop. So long story short, this is the most important. If you, Efrosini, if you want to ask me questions, or I am more than happy to assist. If or if I will see on the chat if somebody has. I cannot hear you. The magic. Sachin also spoke about the magic. Yes, I saw Sachin also that he wrote the book. Everything is magical. So this book really changed everything, but of course the perception and everything starts from me. I was the first one that I started. Let's see. Can you share your thoughts on journey? Of course. So, wow, journey was one of the biggest punch that I received. Why? Because wake me up, you know, sometimes we are dreaming, but of course, whatever I told you to do without action is nothing possible. Without a phone call, without believing that the person you are going to call will be your next leader is not. So the thoughts are the first, but of course, the action is one of the most important things. And of course, I heard about journey. And I was on the journey, on my first journey, 3 years ago, then in the summer next, in 2015. And I saw a big book like this, and I said, okay, but 4 days with Mr. Mark Caseta, that is one of the top persons and respectful in all the network marketing, and one of the best person we can have. I like to say that he's God, and wherever IMD comes from, this God will be St. Peter, St. John, and whatever. So we are the rest of he's the God. And when I was on journey, when I was a journey, I was marketing director, but I never did a public presentation. I was afraid to speak in public. I didn't have a relationship. I was alone. I didn't have a car yet. I didn't have a house. I didn't have, of course, other things that everybody wants on the beginning. But journey made me have everything in 1 year after the journey. So on this journey, it's something I like to say that if I would have never met journey, I would have died without knowing myself in all the ways, because journey make you realize how you were raised, from where you were born, how was your childhood, what was your set on the when you were teenager, how was your parents, how were your friends, how is your peer group, how you realize to go up and up and up until you are right now. And you'll realize why you have problems, why your thoughts are how they are. Will switch you everything in here, and you will see the life with a totally different eyes. It's like you had a mask until journey, and after journey you will open your face and you say, you will leave the mask and you will say, okay, this is a totally different world, because you will be changed. You will become something else. Don't be afraid that you are going to change. If you decide you are going to change, because whatever Mark Caseta teach you is the most powerful in finance, in thoughts, in person, in personal life, in everything. Journey is the most brilliant, exceptional tool we ever have. Is a leadership training. So it's not any training, it's a leadership training. If you want to be just qualified, maybe you need a journey to become somebody else. If you want to build high, if you want to become a leader, if you want to be exceptional in any areas of your life, you cannot miss journey. And I'm telling you this because I told you when I was there, I was full of fears. I was still young, not young. I was still a child. I couldn't see everything on a reality from another point of view. Of course, journey is something that gives me the power to be who I am. And on the journey, you have to write 12 incantations. So affirmations are, if I'm saying, I am the best leader in World Ventures, this is an affirmation. If you read it, the incantation is, I am the best leader in World Ventures, because you feel it, you see it, you say it, and you feel it, you say it, you see it, and you believe it. So everything together names it incantation. So Mark Cassetta will give you the tools to exactly know how to do every morning your incantations in all the 12 different areas of your life, spiritually, financially, personally, and so on and so forth. So when I was there, I believed so much in everything that Mark Cassetta told us. And I wrote 12 incantations that I never, like nothing could be, not that nothing could be possible, but was something that I was so afraid to speak in public. I was so afraid to take the mic. I was crying, and I couldn't do a testimonial. And after that, I switched my setups on this brilliant brain muscle that we have, if you know how to do it. And what I did is I write, I am trainer. World Ventures asked me to be international trainer for the company, and I will train on the next RTA. Then I wrote that I have a beautiful relationship. Then I wrote that I have a Range Rover, I have a beautiful house, I have people on my team that they are growing and they are happy, and everybody achieved their dreams. And 1 year after journey, in August, after 1 year, I had the Range Rover, I have the house, I have a beautiful relationship, I have everything that I said. And also I was the trainer for Dublin, was my first international trainer. So I started doing trainings. I lost all my fears because I realized what fear is. And then I really opened so many doors because of journey. I'm grateful that journey exists, that Mark Cassetta invented this beautiful training, and I'm so happy because I was there and to all the trainings. And then I wrote to be also an actress, and I said, okay, actress after 30 years. And what do you think? Mark Cassetta chose me to be an actress on The View, so I was also an actress. Sometimes it's easy to raise your vibration, but for me the challenge is to keep it up. How do you do it? I have different ways. So when you start being grateful for everything, it's normal, you know. If you are not afraid in the life, it's like, I will give you an example. Imagine that you will be in the middle of the street and you will be all shine and happy and grateful all the time, and a truck it's about to come to hit you, and you will say, it's okay, I was on journey, everything is perfect, nobody will hit me. No, it's normal to have a reaction, action, and a reaction from the fears, from the thoughts. Because imagine if you would have been able to be happy for the things you have, or you wouldn't be able to be angry, you will not make the difference through happiness and angerness. So it's okay to have all this. It's important how long you decide to remain on that position. And what I recommend to everybody is, I never did this. I started 2-3 months ago. I started to do meditation, yoga. It's important how you eat, how you feel healthy on yourself. I changed all my habits that I had before, because when you want to be successful, you ask somebody that already did it. So if I ask Razvan, Cesar, and other leaders that I had on next to me, they did it, so they are successful. So I wanted to be also, so I took their place. So meditation is something that releases you from all the thoughts. Try to realize what are your thoughts every day, because if you are positive and you say I am greatest, and then a voice come to here and say who are you kidding with, because you don't believe it, you don't believe what you say. Sometimes positive, it's stupid, so don't say things just to change it. Believe it and they will change on themselves. You have to really be conscious to realize what are your thoughts, what are the things that make you lose your concentration, lose your how do you say, the energy, the vibration. Realize what are those things. Maybe if I'm sleeping too, realize, try to do a schedule with what you are doing every day to see exactly what you have to change. Because maybe when I knew when I'm saying too much on the phone, when I don't sleep on the right hours, this is something that made all my vibration. I feel sleepy if I'm going to a club in one night, if I'm drinking more than one glass, or whatever. You have to know what your body needs to realize to do. And then of course you have to, I don't know, choose a song that you love. I love Michael Jackson. I'm also dancing on Michael Jackson, and whenever I hear Michael Jackson, my vibration come up. Try to feel your energy, and these incantations will give you exactly this power, will make you feel powerfulness, to feel powerful, because we'll give you all the tools to believe again in yourself. Go in the mirror. I know sometimes we'll look very weird, but look in the mirror and say, Corina, I believe in you. Or Catalina, you say, I believe in you, I trust you, I know you can do it, we will do it. So you have to say to yourself until your body will feel it. But this is something that I do, and I hope will help you also. Okay, 1 second. Yes. 1 second. Where are you? Okay. Yes. No? I didn't. Yes. No? I didn't do it? 1 second. Sorry. This, okay, now. No? I cannot unmute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm listening to the power of voice. So firstly, Corina, man, you're such a superstar. I was just sitting there and I was watching you. And firstly, I got quite emotional because I know the struggle that you had, especially at the beginning, in order to make things happen. And I love what you said, 600 presentations. If you can't handle it, maybe you're not a leader yet. But that really shows when we talk about burning desire, 600 presentations to get 6. Some people show 10 to get 3 and they get disappointed. So what you said was just there were so many gold nuggets there. And guys, I have recorded this. I will actually post this on YouTube because this is way too powerful to just leave it here. I have recorded it. I have posted it on YouTube. And I'm going to make this available to you guys. And literally, I recommend you share this with everybody in your team. If they were not on this webinar, get them to listen to the recording. I'm just going to